Dwyane Wade recalls just how great prime Russell Westbrook was. When Russ had that halo, he was a bad boy. Wade said prime Westbrook had that rare glow that only a few players in the NBA's history possessed. Throughout the history of the game, there have been only a handful of players who lit it up in a way that everyone could feel their presence. That's what Dwyane Wade was talking about when he referenced the halo some players carry. Michael Jordan wore it for his entire career, that glow that never dimmed, whether he was on the hardwood or showing up literally anywhere off the court. Other guys had it briefly, like Jeremy Lin during that unforgettable stretch of Linsanity. But when it comes to Russell Westbrook, his glow wasn't just a flicker that lasted a season or two. When he was with the Oklahoma City Thunder, especially after Kevin Durant and James Harden left, he was the guy. And D-Wade didn't shy away from giving credit where it's due. When you go through the league, there are certain players who have that halo and that glow. Whether they have it for a season, a few seasons, or the entire time. Russell Westbrook is one of those players. When he had that halo around, when he had that glow, his imprint on the game was crazy. Every aspect of the game, you felt it, Wade said in the recent episode of The Timeout. There are not many players that you feel in every aspect of the game. You may feel them on the offensive end of the game, you may feel them on the defensive end. But you don't feel them in every aspect. When Russ had that halo, he was a bad boy, the Miami Heat legend added. Russ was an MVP for a reason. Westbrook came into the league as the number 4 overall pick in the 2008 NBA draft, and it didn't take long for him to set a new standard for what an explosive guard could be. Athletic, relentless, and one of the purest competitors you'll ever see, he changed the way people looked at the point guard position. Wade knows this better than most, because he saw it up close. Back in the 2012 NBA Finals, the notorious Heatless squad went toe-to-toe with the young and inexperienced Thunder. Sure, OKC was not quite ready for the moment, but the signs were there. Westbrook wasn't just talented and uber-athletic. He was an unstoppable force in motion, a player whose energy levels were through the roof, to say the least. And that Finals was just a preview of what he'd become. When Durant and Harden left, Westbrook didn't shrink under more pressure. He turned it up to another level. His MVP campaign in 2016-17, when he averaged a triple-double, while leading the league in scoring, 31.6, for the season, was a statement. Sure, some critics will point out that teammates occasionally boxed out just a little bit harder so Russ could grab that extra board. But if you've ever watched him play, you know those numbers weren't all that empty. They were the product of relentless effort that followed him on every step in the association. And, more often than not, he did it himself. Westbrook struggled to find his place in the NBA as of late. In the later stages of his career, Westbrook has been a constant target for critics. His inability to fully adapt to changing roles, his decision-making under pressure, and his turnovers have all made him an easy scapegoat on struggling teams. It's the unfortunate side of the NBA spotlight. The same energy that once celebrated you will turn on you when you're no longer at your peak. But those who went head-to-head with prime Westbrook know he was a different beast. That halo Wade talked about was as real as it gets. Say what you want about how things ended in OKC or how his later stops have gone. But for that stretch when he had the glow, Westbrook was one of the baddest players to ever lace them up.